What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the video. Today it's gonna be a full day of eating, so I'm just gonna go through my usual eats. I basically eat the exact same stuff every day, 4 times a day. Figured, hey, I always forget to make videos like these, and I'm like, oh, these are kind of boring to make. And then what do you know? The videos I like to watch on YouTube are people's full days of eating, because I'm always like, oh, that looks good. How'd they make that? Or how many calories is that? So I do know there is a lot of value in this, so I'll give you my full day of eating. If you've been a subscriber, you've probably seen what I've eaten. It is the same stuff, but I'll try to get in the weeds of it, show the ingredients and stuff. It's all very simple stuff. One big thing with my nutrition is I try to keep it simple. I found kind of what worked for me like a year and a half ago, and it's been easy to stick by. So kind of with my current goals, I'm 200 pounds. So my goal right now is just to maintain my body weight for the next couple months, next couple weeks. Yeah, just feel good doing it. Also fuel performance, obviously working out, making sure I'm feeling good when I'm working out. I'm properly fueled. I'm not hungry. I'm not, tired because I didn't eat. So fuel and performance, maintaining my body weight. And then I'm just eating usually around 32 to 3,300 calories is like my maintenance calories. And then as far as macros, I don't really have set fats, carbs, and protein. It's more, I just want to get at least 200 grams of protein, which, as you see throughout the video, I have no trouble doing. I very much love foods high in protein. It's gonna be one of my key things. Protein, protein, protein. I don't know, I'm big on, if you're gonna overeat one, why not protein? I mean, I usually have like 250 grams. I don't know, I'm sure the science is like, oh, that's too much. I like protein, it's good, so I'm gonna eat more protein. I'm more concerned with the calories, get enough protein, but I'll show you the full day. All right, let's get this breakfast rolling. So I get the pan hot. I have this every single morning. I'm a breakfast fiend. So we go spinach. I just grab like a handful of spinach. I rip it apart, throw that sucker right in there. And then on that, we go a little green peppy and a little white onion. And we let those fellas just intermingle inside the pan. And then I'm about to show you the greatest honey turkey breast on planet Earth. And it is from no other than, I'm gatekeeping, I'm just kidding. It's from Aldi. If you got an Aldi near you, this is the best honey turkey. I mean, I usually get it from Kroger or the boar's head meat, which is like $12 for a pound. This right here, they come in half pound, it's like $2.50. So it's like $5 a pound. And it tastes the best. So I take some of these little guys or big guys, because this is what makes us big. I take 4 of these, which is 2 servings. If you look at the macros too, 12 grams of protein per 2 slices, 2 ounces. So right here, we're getting 24 grams of protein, and we haven't even added in the main ingredient. So 24 grams right there. So we got all that going in the pan. We'll go to the next step. All right, next thing we do, we get our little sourdough bread. I usually just get sourdough bread from anywhere. This one's from Aldi though, and this one's fantastic as well. So highly recommend this one. It's like 90 calories per slice, 43 grams. So I take 2 of these slices. I actually will weigh it out. It was 113 grams. And then I will pop these fellas. These fellas are going home, and they're getting nice and hot and crispy in my toaster oven. So they will go there. We'll get them rolling. As they're rolling, oh, we're sizzling over here. We're sizzling over here. Time for the eggs. All right, next part is the most important, and that is adding our 5 eggs a day. Keeps that MF and doctor away. I like the pasture-raised ones, but that's just personal preference. Look, I got bougie a couple months ago, and I started getting these. They're obviously way more expensive, but guess what? You know what fueled me for about 25 and a half years? That was just regular blue-collar eggs. Just regular eggs. You don't need the pasture-raised. I actually like the taste of them. I kind of noticed the difference. So I started getting pasture-raised. But again, eggs in general, any sort of eggs, pop them in. I like to go 5 eggs because I just like eggs. And some people, I heard someone be like, oh, 3 eggs? I can't even eat more than 3 eggs. I'm like, whew, man. I mean, 5 eggs is me controlling myself. I would love to put 12 right in there. All right, so once we get the eggs in there, I then grab Mr. Cheese. I just get this mild, I always get mild cheddar. Macros always seems like 110 calories for a serving. What I do though, take this guy and I get a little pinch, just a little, more than a pinch. I do like 2 pinches. Usually it's like, it comes out to like 8 to 11 grams. Let's see. Oh, it's only 6 grams today. Oh, so I'll take some more. Yeah, usually it's like half a serving. Just add a little cheese in it, nothing too crazy. It's 7 grams today. And then just scramble the guys up, let them get to know each other in the pan. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And then I scramble them up a little bit. My scrambling process, I just push it around until they look good. My scrambling process, I just push the eggs around until they look good. And I think that's why this non-stick pan does not work. It definitely is non-stick. There's a lot that sticks after. But we let that cook, we get the bread going, and then, ooh, bread is done. So some very basic supplements. I take creatine. Obviously, I'm always gonna take creatine. If I did, like, one thing I would say, this is the only supplement I think you should take. Creatine, obviously, very well researched. Any sort of creatine monohydrate. This one's creatine H&B, which is a little different. It's mixed with stuff, but creatine monohydrate works just fine. Works wonders for you. And then I like mixing that with some electrolytes. So I'll throw a little electrolytes there. I throw it in this water bottle and then I just get sipping on it. This also, it's an easy hack. This is like 40 ounces. Then you crush 40 ounces in the morning with some creatine and some electrolytes. It's flavored too, so it helps. And then recently, so I've always taken a multivitamin, as in once I started working Transparent Labs. So multivitamin I take, and then recently my joints have been hurting, so I was like, well, I might as well try out some joint support, so I take that as well. And I take this D3K12, vitamin D3, obviously it's like winter time, so not getting enough sun, so good to supplement with that. So that's all of it, those 5 right there. But one thing with supplements I'm big on is like, they're supplements. Like, you don't need them. Honestly, the only supplement I took up until last year was creatine. It was just creatine. Like, supplements are expensive, believe me. Like, I'm very fortunate I get to work with Transparent Labs and they send me it, but I would not be shelling out those funds monthly for supplements. That's just crazy. So I would for creatine. That's the one supplement I always take. And maybe like a multivitamin is always good. And then there's this sleep aid I take, which actually, I have it in here. Do I have it in here? I take this sleep aid by them. Yes, it's called ZMO. This I actually love. ZMO, so it's zinc, oyster meat, and magnesium. So it's good for sleep. Also helps with like overtraining. I will say this is one supplement I've actually noticed a change with. This thing has been awesome. I take it before sleep and I feel like I stay asleep. I literally fall asleep and I stay asleep. Besides, like, I go to the bathroom for like 10 minutes in the middle of the night, but it's definitely been nice. So this one I do like a lot. But to kind of go on my supplements, obviously very fortunate to work with Transparent Labs, awesome stuff. But, you know, I don't want to make it seem like you have to have supplements to, you know, have a good full day of eating. Or no, you can eat good foods, creatine, and that's about it, you know? Don't get over the top like, oh, all these people are pushing all these supplements. That's what I'm big on. I don't want to like, bro, I had no money. Still don't have much money. Like, I had no money. I couldn't buy supplements when I was younger. So I don't want to feel, you guys feel like, oh, I'm missing out on stuff because I don't have them. By no means, of course not. You eat some good foods, you take your creatine, you lift heavy, you'll be good. So don't get caught up in that, all these fitness influencers, oh, you got to take this because they're trying to sell their product. No. We're real on this channel, baby. We're real. All right, burnt my eggs a tad when I went on that, showed my supplements, but nothing wrong with that. So it is all made. Last thing we got, I just get some butter here, and I like the Irish butter, the Kerrygold pure Irish butter, because I'm a Shannon, and I like my Irish butter. But anyways, I will toss this on. Again, I usually go half a serving, which a serving of butter is 14 grams. So I usually go 7 grams. Sometimes I get a little naughty and I go 8 grams, as today I went 8 grams. So a little over half a serving. So I just like, with cheese and butter, I just like a little bit of it. You know, I can't fully eliminate them and there's no need to. So I just go a little bit of it on it. The finishing touches, give me a little peppy, a little pep in my step, and then a little Salt Bay. A little Salt Bay. There we go. And that is the final product. So breakfast is made, that's the final product. I highlight this a lot, but this is one huge, I think, underrated benefit of breakfast. If you struggle getting out of bed in the morning, like I used to, just lay in bed, you know, you wake up, you get on your phone, you just lay there, you don't want to start the day. You know, I used to do that. And then you find a breakfast you like. I say this and people laugh, they think it's cheesy, but I kid you not, I wake up within under, like I couldn't tell you the last time I spent more than 5 minutes in my bed. Because usually I wake up and it's like, I could be eating eggs in 15 minutes. Why would I wait any longer? Why would I not be trudging down those steps with some enthusiasm so I come eat those eggs? But for real, I think it's a super underrated benefit to have something to start your day that gets you excited, because this has a cascade effect. I eat this breakfast and then I like doing all this, like my brainstorming, my computer work, my actual like work in the morning. And this fuels it, and I feel good the whole time I'm doing it. But if you work out in the morning or if you work, having a good breakfast, one, you don't have to, it satiates you. You don't have to think about food while you're working or working out. Two, it has a ton of protein. You get the day started with protein. Like right here, this says 70 grams of protein. I'll throw the macros for all the meals. I'll throw it right here, but that has like 70 grams of protein. So it satiates me, it gets me ready for the day. And yeah, I just think that's such an underrated benefit of breakfast. So I think find a breakfast you really enjoy. For me, it's eggs, toast. Maybe for you, it could be like oatmeal or something, a protein shake, but something where I'd say it's filling, it's an actual meal, because man, it can have some benefits for you. So we'll get this eaten, that's not a word. We'll get this eaten. I'm gonna do some work. I'm gonna go run some sprints, and then I'll see you back in here for meal number 2. All right, meal number 2 here. Just got back from sprinting. That's why I got the beanie on. It's a little chilly out. Did some work, sprinted a little bit. Breakfast, I ate what, 4.5 hours ago? A little under 4.5 hours ago. And I'm still just getting hungry now. So that breakfast fills you up. Get some shit done with those eggs, baby. But we'll go next meal here. It is 9 a.m. and this might be a psycho move. Please let me know. But I'm about to have some salmon and rice. Because I just wake up kind of early. So I had breakfast at like 5. So technically, yeah, if you wake up at like 7, then that would be like having lunch at like 12. So yeah, it's the same thing. So it's just time in between. But we'll go meal number 2 here. I'll show it. It's delicious. So this is what meal number 2 is. I will say this is kind of my lazy meal where I go for convenience because I get the salmon pre-cooked and I do the 90-second bagged rice. From a financial standpoint, not my brightest decision because obviously you get a huge bag of rice, make it and save a lot more money. And you can obviously buy salmon and cook it yourself and save probably half. But I will say this salmon, I go to Whole Foods and this paleo salmon, look at the macros on this sucker. It's 130 calories, 5 grams of fat, 20 grams of protein per serving. And I usually have a 9 or 10 ounces, so I get like 70 grams right there, and it is delicious. And obviously it's pre-made, so I just have to microwave it. So this bagged rice, super convenient, just throw in the microwave, 90 seconds. All right, meal number 2 here, final product. So we got came out to 10.5 ounces of salmon. We got the bag of rice, and then big soy sauce guy. I throw a little soy sauce on there, classic. And then I always have some sort of vegetable. Usually I have like Brussels sprouts or like butternut squash that I am buy pre-made, but in order to save more money, I just got like a salad, which obviously salads are a cheat code, you know, look how much volume that is, like 40 calories. And then I just have this light balsamic vinegar that is 45 calories per serving. So you got protein and fats, you got some carbs, and then you got a veggie. So in total, this meal is 96 grams of protein, or 96 grams of protein, 96 grams carb, 29 fat, 80 grams of protein. So with 2 meals already, I'm at 144. So yeah, I have no trouble getting protein. I like high protein foods, but that's just me. So what's helped with high protein stuff? Obviously the salmon, as I mentioned, I'm lazy and I buy it pre-made and it's way more expensive than it should be. But easy high protein options, you know, you could have ground beef, just get a freaking pound of ground beef, toss it in a thing, get that. Chicken thighs, I got a bunch of chicken thighs, I'll make those later. Those are really cheap and super high in protein. Obviously your eggs, turkey, those are great. So those are some good high protein sources. Salmon's great, as well if you like salmon, if you like fish. I mean, protein in that is awesome. The reason I get that one is because, I don't know, it's a paleo one, so the fats are a lot lower. So usually salmon is like 16 grams of fat for 4 ounces. This one's only 5. So that's why I kind of fell in love with it, because I was like, it's only got 5 grams of fat and 20 grams of protein, and it tastes the same, and it's pre-made. So that's why I kind of splurge on it. But if I were smarter, and which I will be, I'll start getting salmon kind of already, where I have to cook it, air fry it, grill it myself, because same thing. But this is the third meal, or second meal. And generally, like, I usually eat this as my third meal, and I'll have like the meal I'm gonna have next as the second one. But when I do leg days, Tuesday, Thursday, and I sprint before, then I take a little longer before. So I might eat this, workout, and then eat again, or I might eat again, then workout. We'll see. Kind of see how the body's feeling, how much work I want to get done. But it's only 9 a.m., so about to crush this. Looks freaking delicious. Yeah, meal number 2. All right, it's been like 2.5 hours. 2 hours, 45 minutes. Did some work, and now I'm about to head up to the gym, hit some legs, and we got my go-to pre-workout meal. So usually I'd probably spend a little more time in between meal 2 and 3, but because leg days are dense and they take quite a bit of time and require some fuel, I personally would rather be a little full when I work out than hungry. So that's kind of personal preference. I know some people will probably be a little, you don't like being full, they don't like feeling the food moving around, and would rather be a little hungry. But for me, whenever I'm hungry when I work out, you know, you start losing a little bit of intent because you get towards the end and you just start thinking about food. So I'd rather kind of have a full stomach. So this meal though is like the perfect pre-workout meal. So I'll go 2 of these Chobani 20-gram yogurts. These things have been awesome. These Chobani yogurts, also Oikos has really good ones. I don't know the actual name for it. It's called Chobani. I guess it's a Chobani 20 grams of protein yogurt. So these are freaking lethal. Today I'm going 2 cherry berries. Usually I would go vanilla in a cherry berry, a little yin yang, a little best of both worlds, but they didn't have any vanilla. So I'm going double cherry berry, but both of those flavors are really good. So we go 2 of these right there, 40 grams of protein, 280 calories, minimal fats. So obviously pre-workout, you know, if you don't want to feel like super like full while you're training, like minimize the fats you eat. So this meal is good because it's only has like 8 to 10 grams of fat and then a bunch of carbs and protein. So it's kind of like light, but it's filling. So we'll go that. And then I do next, I'll take this. So Kind, I get the Kind either almond butter or peanut butter granola. And I just throw about, so a serving is 30 grams. I generally go anywhere between 30 and 40, kind of whatever looks like enough. That's 25. That is 35. We'll go 35 today, so I'll go that. And then I just toss a little honey on that sucker. So usually I just go a serving of honey, which is like 21 grams or around there, whatever we get close to, because with this one, with the jar, it comes out a lot faster than the one you just squirted out of. So usually I'm way over. Oh, yep, see, I'm probably way over. No, I'm like right on the nose, so 22 grams there. So this meal is like probably 450 calories, like a good amount of carbs, a good amount of protein. And as you have seen throughout, I like to weigh my foods. One big thing on weighing foods, and I've talked about this, it's what works for me. And it might not work for everyone else. Some people hate weighing their foods, and I totally understand. I used to. But once I kind of got used to it, it's helped me a lot. And I'm not like here like big pitching like, oh, you got to weigh your food. By no means. Like, find what works for you. The reason it works for me is because I like food. I'm a proud member of the Clean Plate Club, so whatever would go on my plate, I would finish. So it's helped a lot with like portion size, especially stuff like this. Like, you know, honey and granola, I could easily throw more on. It could be more calories. But it's more for like meats. Like if I had salmon or chicken, you know, 8 versus 11 ounces by the eye test, they kind of look the same with rice, but then, you know, I can end up eating like 400 extra calories, which honestly at this point I'm maintaining weight. It's probably not a big deal because I'd probably still stick around the same stuff, but I don't know. I kind of just like, I've kind of gotten used to it, and it's so easy now to just track it. It's not really mind boggling to me, but I say that because, you know, some people hate tracking calories and it does consume their thoughts, and by no means do you have to. Find what works for you. That's what works for me. Maybe you're more of an intuitive eater and you don't Clean Plate Club it. So maybe it's easier for you, but that's just me. I know I'm going to finish whatever's on my plate. I couldn't tell you if I've ever left something on a plate. I love all foods. So it's helped a lot for me. So maybe if you're somebody who doesn't really get too overwhelmed by like the details, maybe it'll work for you. And then I always use MyFitnessPal. I just have the free version, and I just input my calories, weigh it out, and yeah, that's worked for me. But I want to speak on that because I know I weigh a lot of my foods, and you know, some people don't like weighing it. Some people like weighing it, so by no means do you have to do the same stuff. I think that's one thing with nutrition too. It's like, sometimes on social media, people make it seem like you have to do one way. Oh, if you eat chicken and rice every meal, if you eat 2,000 calories, do this and that. It's like, there's a million ways to do everything. And that is the beauty of it. And that's why with my food, it's like, I literally eat the same 4 meals every day. And I feel the same every day and I feel good. And it's just so easy to stick to. And I know what to buy, all that. So I wouldn't say copy my meal plan at all. You know, exactly. Everyone's different. Everyone's individualized. Maybe take some stuff from it, but showing what I eat and, you know, how it helps fuel my performance and aesthetic goals has helped. So this is meal number 3. So we'll get a little close up here of it. So we got the honey, we got the granola, we got the yogurt. So I'll eat this, head over to the gym, got a heavy squat day, 3x1 at my 1 rep max, but I should be able to hit it because the last 8 weeks have been good, and then a lot of volume. So it'll be a fun one, but I will see you here next. I'll probably insert some lifting clips, but I'll see you here next for meal number 4, or dinner, as we like to call it. And we back. That was a meat festival leg day. That was a dense ass leg day. Was in there for quite a while, but I felt fueled because I ate those meals right before. I felt good throughout. Hit some heavy squats, which I'll show, and hit some other stuff. But it was a dense leg day, and then did a little bit of work, made some videos. Now it's dinner time. It's 6:30. 6:30, we are making a little chicken, a little rice, and a little vegetable. So, classic meal, chicken and rice, but not super boring because I'm horrible with seasoning stuff. So if I had to make all my own food, it would just be the blandest stuff in the world. So, you know, I like a little flavor. So that's why I splurge a little bit and spend the extra dollars, and I'll get like the pre-marinated. So this one from Whole Foods, it is a pineapple teriyaki. It is fantastic. If you look at the macros, 140 calories for 4 ounces, 3.5 grams of fat, 7 carb, 20 protein, and it tastes fantastic. It's funny, whenever I post this on my Instagram story, people are like, oh, what's the recipe for it? And I gatekeep it. No, I'm just kidding. I always say it's from Whole Foods. Whenever I post most of my foods, it's pre-made. And, you know, that's something I do. Like, and that's more probably in the last year. Like, I could probably save a lot more money if I was a little smarter and cooked better. But I think for me, it's kind of like that bridge gap. I think early on, I wasn't eating enough food or didn't have consistency with my meals because I, like, to be honest, was too lazy to cook. So then now I started buying more like already pre-made where I just have to make it. And I'm sure down the line I'll probably get to the point where, because I think that would be my next hobby. I would like to cook more and, you know, start learning recipes, because I'll tell you what, my family, maybe it's in my family, because my family's got some great, my dad's a great cook, my brother's a great cook. So maybe it's in the lineage. So that would be something cool to get into and save some money. But that's why I like that. I'm not a flavors, I am a flavors guy, but I personally can't do it, so I buy pre-marinated. So got that, and then I also got here, we got some fajita veggies cooking. So this is a classic. I love fajita veggies, like green pepper, red pepper, orange pepper, onions, and then just throwing those in, because what? That's like 50 calories right there total, and you get a lot of volume of food. I personally don't put any oil on it, but that took time. I used to put oil on it, and then I put less and less and less. Yes, it would probably taste better with oil, and I probably could, but I want to save the calories for something else. So that's why I don't. They still taste good. And then I go, again, I eat 2 things of rice a day. So again, convenience, 90-second rice. You could easily buy a bag of rice, make it in bulk. Not as lazy as me, save a lot of money, but these are also super nice, convenient, 90 seconds, 430 calories, and just straight carbs, 80 grams of carbs. That's something I feel like I don't eat enough carbs because I eat so much protein sometimes. So eating 2 of these, get enough carbs in throughout the day, fuel stuff. So you got that. So this cooking up, by the way, using the air fryer for it. So air fryer might be one of the greatest creations on the century, right? The wheel was made and then the air fryer. Those are the 2 great ones. But yeah, we'll cook this meal up. I'll show you what it looks like. But yeah, this is post-gym. It's a great meal. This meal came out freaking looking awesome. I got like 12 ounces of the chicken. 12 ounces of the chicken. I got, it was like 200 grams of the vegetable and onion, and then the bag of the rice. So that's about 907 calories, 123 carb, 15 grams of fat, 69 grams of protein. So I finished the day at 3,200 calories, 339 carb, 88 fat, 258 carb. Let's see what that looks like in a diagram, actually. Okay, so about 43% carb, 25% fat, 32% protein. That's kind of what I'm generally at. So again, I don't use like set oh, we're zoomed in. Oh, we're zoomed in more. Again, I don't use set macros. It's more calories. So 32 to 33, usually around 32 is kind of where I'm at. But I think 33 is kind of more my maintenance. But kind of what I do, also like, it's kind of more of a range. So instead of like, all right, hitting 33 every single day, that's maintenance. Maybe I have one day I hit 31, one day I hit 32, maybe I hit 33, maybe I hit 34, but kind of throughout the week where it's that consistency or that maintenance equivalence. So I think that helps for me. But that's meal number 4. That's gonna wrap up today. So a couple things I wanna leave you with. I think these nutritional videos, I love watching these on YouTube, so I love making them too, but I think things just take away. It's like, you know, everyone eats differently. You know, there's not one way to do it. You don't have to eat board meals every meal. Find what works for you. Find what fuels your workouts, your performance, your lifestyle. That's gonna be important. And then, yeah, just make it simple. You know, find meals you like and play the hits. If you like a meal, just keep eating it every day, you know? I don't know. Maybe you're a variety person, you like different changes, but eating the same stuff every day, you feel the same, you know what to expect. I think that helps a lot. I talked about Wayne Foods. Again, if you feel like that could help you, like myself, or a clean plate club guy, or just as a general thing to use for a couple weeks, because that's another added benefit. Maybe use it for a couple weeks and then you go off of it and now you can kind of guesstimate, which is kind of a good skill to have. You're like, oh, okay, that's like 7.5 ounces. So that's kind of a good thing to have. Also, it does help with like cutting if you're having trouble losing weight, to actually track it is very helpful, or bulking if you're having trouble gaining weight, to making sure you're eat enough or not eating too much in the cutting sense. But those are a couple things. And then breakfast, I'm gonna hammer that. I think starting your day like that is awesome. But yeah, I love making content. I love doing this. As you can tell, I'm pretty long-winded. I think I'm gonna make a clip and it's gonna be a minute. It ends up being like 5 minutes. So that's why I wanna do just a full day of eating, so I could really go in depth with all the meals and not really show the workouts. But as always, expect more content, do a lot of workouts, a lot of eating. Let me know what you guys want. Let me know. I love feedback. I love the comments as always. But we'll wrap it up here. I'm starving, so I'm stoked to eat this. But we'll wrap it up here. Appreciate everyone watching. If you could like, comment, subscribe. I'm a YouTuber now. I got to drop that. But I appreciate everyone watching. I'll see you in the next one.